Banks are still struggling to lend money to small businesses, but loans to individuals are up. Figures from the Bank of England show lending to UK businesses contracted by £0.5 billion in the 3 months of February. Lending for house purchases, however, continued to rise, with consumer credit lending to individuals up by 1.1%. Let's get more on this story now. Joining me is Marcus Grimshaw, Chairman of the National Association of Commercial Finance Brokers. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Look, we said in our headline there that the banks were struggling to lend to SMEs. Is that correct, or is it the SMEs are struggling to get money out of the banks?
I think it's a bit of both. Certainly, SMEs are struggling to find finance when they need it at the right time. But also banks are perhaps not lending in the way that we all once knew they would and regularly did. It's a struggle to find the finance at the right time, at the right place. And I think what business owners need is clear direction as far as the choice that's out there.
So the money is there, the banks have the credit, that's been eased. Why are they holding back? What does that tell us about the economy?
I think the banks have the money, but I think the demands that have been placed on the banks because of the regulations, because of their back book, because of some of the issues that they've faced in the past, perhaps it's not the traditional banks that we should be going to as business owners. There is a vast array of other funders out there. We typically know the big 4, 5, maybe 6 funders, but there's over 107 other funders out there. And I'm not sure that business owners know where to go and where to access that type of finance.
OK, we'll come to that in just a second about your specialist service. But what I'm keen to try and understand is, why is there confidence now with the banks that if you're an individual who wants to buy a home, fine, we believe in you, here's some money. But if you're a business with a good business idea, the banks are still scared of that. Why is that?
I think their underwriting process has had to strengthen significantly over the last 2 to 3 years. I think the demands that have been placed on them as far as their own capital adequacy has obviously made them slightly more wary. I think also it's fair to say that the sectors that they've been traditionally lending in, some of the funders have been very, very overexposed in those areas.
OK, very briefly, just tell us about the specialist service you provide for SMEs to try and get around this.
So as part of the NACFB's role, we've launched a Find SME website. findsmefinance.co.uk is there as a staging post to find the broker in the market that will help the business owner locate the right funding solution. There are 107 funders who are part of the NACFB. There are 1,040 commercial finance brokers around the country. A business owner should really take independent commercial advice from the whole of the market, get access to the right broker at the right time, and locate the right funder or funding solutions that their circumstances dictate.
Okay. Marcus Grimshaw, thank you very much for your advice. Now, if you're a small business, go to the website and get more information. That's all from me later. Here's Dermot Monahan.